Ha! Ha ha! I unmuted myself this time, and everybody else. So hello, everybody, and welcome to the newest indoor adventures in Nights Over Waterdeep, a very evil, villainous one-shot that GB has put together for all of the fine people that you see here. Today is July 9th, 2019, and you are loved. And I always believe that it is a very important thing to be able to tell everybody who is either stopping by to watch this or listening in, please know you are loved. It's very important. Other important things, we do this show Monday, Tuesday, no longer Wednesdays, and Thursdays at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and as well as Saturday at 11 a.m. That is our community day, so we have just moved our one-shot Wednesdays to be one-shot Saturdays instead. Still makes sense, so join us for that. Other things, we are having a charity event here on July 27th. It is going to be a 12-hour tabletop RPG stream where you can win all sorts of prizes by just showing up, hanging out, and giving your support, not just to us, but to also the people who need it the most, the people that we're raising money for. We actually have sponsors for the event, so if you are a fan of Wormwood Gaming, who did our custom spell book that we did for our giveaway earlier, you can get a small hex chest from them. And when I say small, here is a regular dice next to all of the other dice that actually come in the hex chest, but it also has like a belt loop on it. It's really cool. If we actually have 3 of them to give away, which is super cool that they sent us. So look forward to possibly getting some of that stuff. Other things, the final bit, I swears. Guys, did you know we got merch? We got stuff. It looks like my hands are giant, but this mug is actually kind of tiny. But this is the 11-ounce mug. Satan's holding up a 15-ounce mug. We got the Stompfoot Goreblast Gymnasium t-shirts. LB technically has I would dare say, a prototype of it, because we have updated the logo so it has a white outline around the text to make it easier to read on, of course, black surfaces, because that is what I try and get every t-shirt that we have to be in, is on a black background. And we also have the Indoor Adventures logo, sweatshirts and t-shirts. We also find posters that you can't see behind me. Don't worry about it. Maybe someday I'll have a better camera angle that'll show all of you that. But you can go to bit.ly/adventure merch and find yourself something nice. So, RJ, take it away. Who are you playing tonight?
Hello, everybody. I'm RJ, and I'm playing Telrav, the halfling wizard.
All right, Satan, who are you playing?
Hello, my name is Satan. I'll be playing Bullseye, the half-orc gunslinger.
LB, who are you playing tonight?
Hi, I'm LB Hackemup, and I will be playing Edgar Allen, the Kenku rogue.
And I am the Indoor Adventurer, and I shall be playing 3 Strings, the Tabaxi Bard. And GB, take us away. Introduce yourself and let us know what kind of mess we're getting ourselves into tonight.
So I'm Graybeard Severn, and tonight, like I like to do occasionally, I wanted to play and mess with some other mechanics, but still not take people too far away from Dungeons and Dragons. So I've got a few things going on where these wonderful people are going to be an evil gang in a turf war, trying to take over the South Ward of Waterdeep. And they get to be evil, and we're going to do there's a mechanic in Blades in the Dark and Cypher System and Fate and Burning Wheel where you get to earn like fate coins or whatever. Here we're calling them plot points. And what you can do with them is you can spend them to get flashbacks or re-rolls or change a plot story point. Like you want the story to go in a different direction or you want something to happen, you can spend your points. Now, every 3 points that they spend, I get a point to either block one of theirs or to do my own thing to throw a disadvantage at them, or mess up their day in a big way, because we're evil. Then the other mechanic that I wanted to talk to you guys about real quick was, I want to speed combat up. Do you guys mind making every roll a critical roll? Just double dice
I'm fine
all
with it.
night long.
I'm playing the wrong build.
Does that mean the enemy is also going to be?
Double diced?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God.
But we'll double the dice. We'll double the dice on the healing and everything. I just think that it'll speed things along, and we will we can give it a shot. That was the other mechanic.
Because I think that
So
would
there's-
be hard for wizards, right? Like,
Yeah,
especially
there's
like
a
if you have
potential for me
fireball.
to instantly die as well.
Right, but I mean, you are the glass cannon. In this case, you are more of a glass cannon.
I don't actually output damage.
Oh,
I mean, I can. I don't. Would that also affect the sleep spell? Because then I would be able to pump out like
10d8.
Oh no, it wouldn't be 10d8. It would be like 5 at highest.
Oh, cranking the spell level up. Yeah.
I would be able to pump out 18d8 to put people to sleep.
I don't know. I want to try it. I don't have a problem with it. What do you think? Are you willing to take double dice to being stabbed, punctured?
So all my spell slots are gonna literally be for sleep. Okay.
If I get something when I do critical.
I'm the bard. I'm fine doing whatever, baby.
All right. Well, we can do it. What I'll do then, just to speed things along, is maybe I'll input the what the heck's the name of the game? Well, 4th edition did it too. The popcorn, the minions.
Got it.
The minions rule. So we'll just one shot minions, and bosses are real fights, and try to move things along a little bit, because tonight is going to be about you guys taking territory and working on some of the bigger mysteries of the city. So let's talk about your gang. Your gang works out of a tavern. Yeah, let's set the scene. Waterdeep, the city of splendor, the largest city in the realm. Our version of it is a little darker, a little dingier. A time after, well, a certain individual became a masked lord of Waterdeep, and some of the heroes of the realm may be in the pocket, or wittingly or unwittingly be forced gray, keeping the evil going. So what we're going to do is Waterdeep by night. It's going to be dark and dingy and gritty, and you guys are going to have to look at, I made them a list of the South Ward businesses that they could attempt to extort, take over. One of the big things is there, I'll say, guild halls are really hard to take over because it's multiple people and a lot of money. So if you're looking at those will be hard. And city buildings like watchtowers and gates, those will be hard to put your paws in. To lay the groundwork for you guys a little bit here, there are at least 4 other gangs that you guys are going to be competing against this evening, and they are the Guild of the Grey Glove, which they're generally burglars and pickpockets and thieves. The King's Road Boys, who are highwaymen and muggers and extortionists like you guys. The Bullets, which are they're definitely more cracking skulls and extortion, drugs, that kind of thing. And Yazchek's mob. Yazchek is a foreigner who is creating his own crime syndicate here in the city. Now, earlier in the day, someone brought up the Zents. The Zents, they've got bigger things to worry about. And besides, healthy competition is good for this city. They know when to let the little fish fight, and then once a little fish gets big enough to be caught, then they just scoop out the net and reel them in. So that's where we're starting. Everyone should have gotten a rumor of their very own today, and they can do. Bullseye, yours is built into your romance there. The knowledge that your individual has is
Yeah.
you got it. Okay, and we decided earlier in the day that their gang is called the MOC, and that stands for Murder of Crows, and they are running a protection racket currently. And so let's move on in. As night falls over Waterdeep, we swing down through the air to our happy tavern, where a brawl is happening. Chairs are being tipped over, elbows are being thrown. It's generally a friendly brawl. No one's drawn a knife or a dagger. Three Strings, where are you at? What are you doing in this brawl? In your tavern?
In the brawl, I have most certainly just kind of set myself away from this whole thing. I don't want to be involved in any part of it. I am but a humble bard. As everyone knows, I'm definitely the College of Lore, not anything else. Lore, for sure. Definitely. I have lightish brown fur that kind of comes down into a point where my chin is, and I have a very agile looking face. Definitely wearing dark leathers, but they look very, very well put together. They're very fancy because my glamour weave makes it so. But like fashionably inconspicuous. And has a rapier by his side and a very well made mandolin over his back.
That was going to be the question. What's your instrument of choice?
Yes.
All right. And you are like maybe back somewhere beyond the hearth, over by either a stairwell or the door to the kitchen?
Yeah, I would say either of those. My preferred instrument is actually a 3-string lute. It's kind of the name goes along with it, but then when I get serious during any kind of combat or more tougher situation, well, twice the number of strings, twice the number of difficulty, and of course, twice the skill to play.
All right. So as you're standing back and a mug goes winging past, Telrav, where are you at, and what are you doing amongst the brawl?
Telrav is off in a corner booth. He has his feet kicked up, a deck of playing cards as he's shuffling and watching with this big smile on his face. Telrav is a halfling, a little tan. He has a brown, his hair is brown. It's shaped into a faux hawk. Over his left eye, he has an eye patch, and over in his right eye, it looks completely blacked out, and the iris is green, and there's runes and lines going back and into it. He is wearing a kind of dirty red jacket that has the long tailcoats, sort of like gypsy wear.
Yeah. Excellent.
Cross between gypsy pirate. The long jacket, sash around his waist, brown traveling pants. He's barefoot. He's a halfling.
Nice. And books, weapons, any accoutrement?
You just see the deck of cards, the eye patch, and the other eye.
All right. Okay, and then as you're shuffling along, we hear a yelp or a cracking noise or some sort of brawl noise, and we swing over. Bullseye, what do we see? What are you doing?
Bullseye is probably leaning on the bar with a tankard of ale, just laughing at the fight. And if anybody tries to go near her to fight, she'll pull up her pistol and be like, "Keep walking."
It's a whole big hill.
Not even looking at the person, just pointing their gun.
Just a nope.
Yep, that's exactly what she looks like.
All right.
And she has light green skin, but she actually has even lighter spots. She has vitiligo, so part of her face has like a lighter spot that goes down her neck, and like her eyelash, her eyebrow, and even part of her hair is white. Most of her hair is a deep red, but she has the one white stripe, and she has it like kind of in a ponytail and then shaved sides. And then she has her pepper box and pistols at her hips, and then she has bad news, which we renamed the messenger,
Nice.
strapped to her back.
Nice. Excellent. Piratey, gunslingery, long coat.
She for sure has more piratey wear, just to like, because it's Waterdeep. So she has a sleeveless, like kind of like light brown shirt, and like those high-waisted pants with the sash on it.
Okay.
And the knee-high boots. And of course sleeveless, because she shows off. She's a little bit smaller for a half-orc, but she still's got guns, not just the pistols.
All right, the gun show and the gun show.
Exactly.
All right. After a whole lot of nope, we swing around, and what do we see for Edgar?
Edgar is currently up in the rafters, kind of surveying the area. She has kind of a step by step to get up there. Like that's kind of her roosting place. And she has an empty mug now. She has one leg hanging off. She has dark blue feathers that look almost black in the light or in the darkness, and then very blue eyes, and that never went away from her childhood. She wears a black cloak, and that's pretty much it. She doesn't really need any other clothing because she's feathered. One of the kittens just laid on my foot. I'm sorry. So she is getting a look from the bartender, who seems to be disapproving, and she just says down to him, "I didn't start this war." And then puts out her mug and kind of tosses it to him and says, "Bring me another."
Okay. All right. And at that point, the bartender has a club, and he's like, and he turns around and fills it, and then looks around real quick, grabs a piece of cork, like a big wide piece of cork that he's obviously done this before, and tightens it in and hooks the mug back up to you in the rafters.
Many thanks.
Love it. All right. So this is your place of business. This is your hangout, your hideout. A lot of these idiots who are brawling are actually your guys' underlings, your guys' popcorn minions, whatever you want to call them. Are you just gonna let them work it out, or are you gonna get involved?
Telrav just like keeps an eye on things. If it gets a little too bloody, he'll like dust off the top of the table, stand on it, and just like cast sleep on the room.
All right. Yeah. So the furniture starts getting broken, and someone gets hit in the head pretty good with a mug, and you. What does your sleep spell look like or sound like?
He'll walk over to the bartender, reach underneath the bar, and pop open like a bottle of whiskey, take a swig of it, but instead of swallowing, he like mists it in the air, and as like it expands outward into the room and just showers over them, and they all start getting like that groggy drunk before.
Right. A lot of heads hitting tables, and people just kind of like, dunk. Some of them were fighting, and they just kind of like, I love you, man. And they kind of lump over. Now it's just you guys and the bartender. And he's like, thanks, Tell. And he goes around, and anybody who looks more precarious than like they're gonna fall or hit their head or whatever, he just kind of throws them to the floor. And he's like, oh, I love these quiet moments. And he gets back, puts his feet up on the bar, and what do you guys do?
Like, oh, boss, come on, it was just getting good.
I think we do that far too often with them. I'm pretty sure being passed out is really bad for you.
I'm sure at this point they like it.
They like getting put to sleep?
I mean, the brawl and then the sleep, and then they're like, wake up fine. And Telrav has just hopped off the table, and he's going through everyone's pockets.
All right, now.
Booze don't come free, strings. Booze don't come free.
No, but you don't shit where you sleep. These people work for us. They know what we do.
Some of these people are new, so they're...
Call it a...
We pay them. We pay them to be on our staff if we're immediately robbing them. That defeats the entire purpose and would undercut the level of trust that we have as employers and, well, pseudo-friends.
Call it a repair tax. We need new tables.
Don't be a coward.
I'm not being cowardish. I'm not a scaredy cat. Don't be ridiculous.
Telrav's gonna take, like, some money, not all the money. And he'll throw some of it to the bartender to get new stuff.
Right. Bunch of coins. Hey, thanks, boss. Cool. That'll pay for mugs. I keep replacing them with the wooden ones with these metal ones, though they crack skulls. They don't break, but they crack skulls.
You can't win.
Sometimes need to crack a skull or two. It's fine.
All right. Well, I guess I'll move them aside and whatnot. You guys got a big night planned?
Do we?
I don't know.
Can't
You're the
stop,
boss.
won't stop.
That's the spirit, Edgar. Excellent.
Oh. And what I'm going to open up, which I forgot to already, I'm going to open up the crime.
Carousing.
The carousing crime downtime chart. And if you guys would like to commit a crime, that's fine.
Oh, it's
Murder.
Or if you plan on...
Have we been planning this murder for a while?
That is up to you guys. You tell
Take
me.
him down into the sewers and break his kneecaps.
Well, we have to do it below the streets. It's the only place where the city will actually let us get away with this sort of thing. Unless we invite them into our home, and then we just lock the door and we make sure they're never seen again. Well,
But if they're seen coming into our home,
that is a point.
Edgar, what did Strings say about shitting and sleeping in the same place?
there you go.
Don't mean. Honestly.
Okay, look, so how about this? How about we commit our murder?
I was joking about the murder, by the way.
Oh.
If we could do something else.
I was going to say we could really stick it to those Yazchek guys. Possibly. We find a place that they own, disguise ourselves as their shit tier minions, bring ourselves into their building, kill somebody high profile of another one of these, the Boulets, the King's Road boys. They probably wouldn't do anything. But we make it look like there was some sort of inter-crime conflict that doesn't involve us one way or the other.
Oh.
We could commit a murder that way.
You
If
just
we're
really want to commit a murder, don't you?
No, I am trying to be reasonable here. He started the idea. I'm simply giving it some through thought.
All right.
If we're not in a crimey mood this evening,
You sure about that?
I have things in mind, including much bigger fish to fry. The Zentarum have scorned me, and I will see to it that eventually they pay. Now, I'm looking for places that are possibly connected to them, and I do believe there's one. Well, kind of one. One of the worst kept secrets in Waterdeep was the Horde of Dragons, was it not?
Yeah.
Those 3 individuals that ended up coming into quite a sum of money. I believe one of them owns an establishment here in the Southern Ward.
Yes, he does.
So, if we were to say, take over this establishment as our own, perhaps, seeing as how he was connected to the Zents previously, we might end up becoming a slight thorn in their side. Worst case
What
scenario,
happens
we earn the attention of a lot of people we really don't want to be messing with. But the Zents have left us alone previously. Why would they start caring now? It's just a little
You're
brothel.
barking up the wrong tree.
I could be. But that's why we have these meetings with all of our sleeping minions.
Yeah, then they don't get to vote.
This is why we don't hire
Democracy.
elves or half-elves. Magically immune.
So, I'll look at you, Tell Rev. Is it Rev or Rev?
Rev.
Rev. Okay, Tell Rev. Are you guys going to
Rev. Oh, it's Rev. I'm sorry. I misspelled.
go? Are you going to go after the horny devil?
Little sabotage either way. Yeah, let's do it.
More money in our pockets.
All right. Okay. So what we are going to do is you guys tell me how you're going to do it again, outlay the plan, and then we'll make a series of rolls and kind of like a skill check to make it happen. And real quick, why don't we, before we start that, let's go to our so I read you guys's traits, ideals, bonds, and flaws and earlier, but you guys got to help me out. If you think that you pulled one off, go ahead and reveal it, and we'll get you some plot points for it. So, I'm just looking once again real quick. Sorry, just
It could be my personality trait of wanting to know what makes people tick. As to why we would choose the horny devil.
all right. Let's go ahead and here, I will make a sheet. Here we go. And 3 strings. Oops.
Just
3
a
strings.
little
3 strings. We are gonna go ahead and give you a point. You now have 1 plot point.
Yes.
And then Tell Rav and Edgar and Bullseye. Oh, dyslexia. All right. Okay. We're So, what is the big plan? How are we going to try to extort the horny devil into giving the MOC money? Or is this straight up now we own this place kind of takeover?
Nothing so barbaric. If anything, we would have to purchase it out from under him.
Mm-hmm.
Start asking the base questions. Ladies, have you been paid recently? By your benefactor, not by visitors. Like, are you making sure that you have your protection?
Okay. So three strings, that sounds like kind of an information gathering kind of deal. Why don't you give me a stealth roll and then a persuasion roll?
Could I possibly look at the city records while doing this to see, because like everything has to have a paper trail, and like for a front-facing business, there has to be front-facing account work. Could I possibly use my court functionary ability to possibly get access to those financial records and see how money's been for the business lately? At least forward-facing.
Yeah, give me that persuasion roll I was just talking about.
Okay, so persuasion. That, my dear friend, is a 22.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, you sweet talk yourself into getting the records. Oh, I saw your performance the other day. That was really good. Hey, here, I think I've got those right here for you.
Well,
Mr.
it's because I want to play at their place, but I want to make sure that the owner has enough money to front for my services, you see.
That's really clever. And he hands you the papers.
I will accept them graciously.
All right, and do you have other than being a courtier, do you have anything that would resemble a skill that allows you to do facts and figures?
The closest thing that I have to that would be like a history check, maybe?
Sure, go for it.
Okay. That is a 17.
Ah, excellent. Their paperwork looks pretty good. The last month, and we, the audience, knows because we love you, Hubris. We know that it's the fact that their paperwork, the pay, and everything's a little off because, well, when the boss is away, the employees will play. So, there's nothing blatantly illegal going on, but profits and such dropped significantly in the month that Hubris was gone.
Excellent.
Whilst Three Strings is off being the face man and con artist, Bullseye, are you doing anything to assist this crime?
I'm trying to think, because my highest stat is stealth for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to take away what the rogue can do.
Mm-hmm.
So I can either sneak into offices and get any incriminating evidence. So I was thinking sneak into the brothel and whatever office the person who is running it while Hubris is away.
Mm-hmm.
Or I can intimidate them into giving it to me, but then they also see my face. So
Well, you tell me how you want to do it.
we'll go with stealth.
Put a bandana on, or
I got a cloak. I got a little cloak.
okay. Give me a stealth roll.
Please. Ooh, 17 plus 7, so 24.
All right. Well, you Kate Beckinsale your way in underworld style, and
Yeah.
they're basically give me intelligence save, basically.
Oh, another 17 plus -1. So 16.
Okay, with that, even not being much of a numbers figures kind of person, you look at it and you're like, oh, this person was just being lazy. It was like the boss was gone, nobody was pushing extras, getting out there on the street and being a barker or using a collar or any kind of our local print place that's on the list. To promote the brothel for the month. So it just looks like neglect. Um, tell Rav, what are you doing in this time?
He's cracked his knuckles as he stands outside the horny devil and just walks in.
All right. Oh, hello, young master. I mean, good master. How are you this day?
Doing fine. I was wondering if there was a sampling available of, I don't know, women. Tosses a gold at them.
A sampler plate.
Okay. We have many fine individuals to choose from. Come on in to the parlor. Let's get you a drink.
And as they do that, he's going to scope the place out internally.
Okay. You tell me, what's it look like there, Hubris?
Oh, it's just like wall-to-wall satin, velvet, nice couches. The ladies are on loungers. There's a big mahogany bar in the back with stocked with the varying ranges of alcohol. And smack dab in the center is a burlesque stage.
All right. Franchidan. All right. Yeah, so the madam who met you at the door is walking you around, and there's young ladies and gentlemen around that all are smiling and waving at you, and displaying their charms, as it were.
Oh, I'm just looking for company, not an escort.
Oh, okay. Will you be leaving the premises with said escort?
Just a drink and what time is it? Lunch.
All right. And then she snaps and she says, will Darla be acceptable?
Is she taller than me?
Oh yeah. There is no escort in the house that is shorter than you. There's no halflings or no dwarves currently. There's tieflings, half elves, elves.
What is Darla, by the way?
Half elf, and blonde hair in ringlets, little curls, jewelry that is not real gold, but is definitely painted. She's not ready to walk out the door, though. She'll have to put something more on, or a big cloak.
Oh, they'd eat there.
Ah, okay. All right. Okay, then she is like, well, since it's just an escort lunch, tell you what, for now it's 5 silver, and then things are negotiable later on.
Hands her silver.
Okay. And Darla takes your arm, and she's a little on the condescending side, like bends way down to take your arm, but she's trying. She's not doing it on purpose, but it's obvious that there's a disparity.
You can walk normally. And as they're having their lunch, he'll try and ask her under the sly questions like, oh, so how long have you been working here? How long has the like proprietor been gone?
Let's go for the deception.
18.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, she, basically blabs. Oh well, Hubris has been out for over a month now, and he's when he's gone, who would be uh your madam or manager or whatever when Hubris is not around?
I think it'd be Istrid, wouldn't it?
Ah,
As a
okay.
manager of like a chain of areas.
Okay, all right. So, yeah, I guess that's all right. Okay, and then so basically you find out that one of the Centaurum bosses that you would know of is kind of the bookkeeper here.
Oh. Well, I hope she hasn't been sampling the selection.
I think she's into big men.
That's fair. That is fair.
Okay, so your lunch goes well. You do figure out, that bit. Is there other information that you were trying to eke out of her during lunch?
Maybe like. So, what are you doing later tonight?
I don't actually date clients. It's part of the house
Well,
rule.
after you're gone, you're not. I'm not technically a client, and you're not technically working. So,
Hmm. Yeah, give me a persuasion there, Talrev. One. All right, hold on. Oh, and she, basically, yeah, with your one there, she is all but says, "Listen, Shorty, you know, I don't do halflings," um, kind of thing.
it was a joke. It was just a joke.
Well, it was very nice with being with you at lunch. Maybe someone else would entertain you later. And she excuses herself.
Pulls out a small scroll of people's kneecaps to be broken. No.
Okay, you guys are evil. Come on now, let's that's
Well,
just fine.
hey, I'm evil but not chaotic, so
All right. Edgar, what are you putting forth for the takeover of the Horny Devil?
Okay, it wasn't unmuting there for a second. Sorry.
Oh.
Edgar is going to sit at the coffee shop across the way, sipping some tea, keeping an eye on things.
Comings and goings, as it were. Well, give me a perception roll then.
Uh, 23.
Oh my god, you guys are just brutal. Okay. Yeah, the 23, you've got it all down. You know when they come in, when they go out, when deliveries are. You're like, it's almost boring to Edgar that.
Oh yeah, 100% barely keeping tabs on things.
Okay.
Sipping tea. I might be pickpocketing people.
All right, give me a sleight of hand.
17.
All right. Oh, okay, you pull it off. And you know what? Roll me a d4.
4.
All right. You managed to get an item out of someone's pocket.
Ooh.
Hey, Indoor, what's
Please But
What's a small common magic item?
A bead of nourishment,
Perfect.
like a
A
ration.
deck of many things.
That's not a common magic item.
Oh,
You
Loaded
don't want one of
dice.
those. I like the bead of nourishment.
One food.
But it's like a pill-sized hunk of food, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You get this little marble that smells like eggs and raspberry. See, you got, nose holes. That's why you sniff up there. Exactly. Okay, so you managed to heist that, and let's see. 2 gold on top of it, amongst your other pickings here and there in assorted coins.
yeah. Yeah, just sipping some tea, waiting for people to come back.
Okay. Later on in the day, you guys, let's say that would be probably late afternoon, early evening. You meet back at the Midnight Sun and let each other know what you found. And did everybody kind of got what everybody did?
Yes.
I mean, you all succeeded amazingly well. You are in position to extort the current management. Is this a thing you wish to push for, Telrev?
oh, we've got enough info. 3 strings. As usual, face.
We could sell
Edgar?
it.
We could sell it.
Think about it. If we sold the information to, again, someone like the King's Road Boys, because if it's being managed by the Zents, and it's a member of a high-up Zentarum, that could come back poorly on us. But if we framed somebody, or if somebody was stupid enough to buy the information, then we get the money, they take the fall, and we divert their attention from somewhere else.
I mean, how willing would someone be to buy this information? That's the thing. It's a instant reward sort of deal versus the long game, and I'm sort of more of an instant guy.
But instant plans cause instant repercussions. If we get caught for anything, it's not just a couple 10 days. We're talking some severe crimes here. I don't want to go to jail.
Yeah.
People like me don't do well. Actually, I would probably do really well in jail, but that's besides the point.
I think most of us would do fairly well in jail.
I just don't. Anyway.
Every rooster crows in its own pen.
Exactly. So, we can either take it over now, or sell the information, get a decent amount of money, and when they're done turf warring over the place, then we buy it out from under them there, after it's all damaged and busted, because then the property value will decrease.
Fair's fair. Swoop in.
Swoop in like a murder of crows.
Yeah. You're lucky I like you, or I'll fire you on the spot.
Oh, you wouldn't dare.
Would I?
You need
Would
me.
I?
We've been through this before, I would assume.
He's half the brains of the operation.
Thank you.
All right,
Oh,
we'll put it up to a vote. All in favor of selling the information to someone else and letting the dice lay where they lie?
Sell it.
I make my own luck.
What she said.
All right, majority rules. Let's do this. And Telrav, they're all like drinking. He slams his tankard like a gavel, raises it.
I know who we could sell it to. If it's connected to the Zentarum, then those eyeball fuckers would probably love to get their hands on that kind of information.
That is amazing. That's devious. I like that.
Just what we're saying. They'd probably be willing to throw out quite a pretty penny if it meant, or quite a quality copper if they managed to take this from
They'd pay quite a shiny electrum.
We've been through this. I'm allergic. I can't touch the stuff. I have a metal allergy.
So, walking the streets at night, you guys gonna go and try to sell this information as a crew, or is someone going alone?
Travel as a pack. Getting alone is like begging to get shanked in the streets.
Yeah, especially in the business that we're in.
Yep. That's why I had to ask. All right. So another mechanic I worked on that I want to try is the traveling through Waterdeep. We're gonna say that roll me a d6, RJ.
Oh, I also have a feature that lets me travel through streets at twice the movement speed with my companions, as long as I'm on that zone. Ever. Hold on.
All right.
No. That was a heavy metal dice.
It's gone.
Metal. Hey.
That was a Calum D6.
No.
5.
All right. Okay. It's pretty much your Xanathar contact is pretty much across the ward from Midnight Sun. So roll me a d10 and a d20 plus 10.
Both at plus 10?
No. Those two, add them and then add 10 to it.
Oh, 54.
54?
I'm sorry, 10. So that's a 5.
Okay.
20. So 5, 10, 20.
All right. And then you have the urchin feature, I take it?
Yes.
Yes. So it literally takes you guys like 10 minutes to get to where this Xanathar hangout is. And it's out of your guys' turf war area. And so it's a tavern. And you enter and, it's kind of like a biker bar, kind of, because everybody's got an eyeball somewhere.
Is it Greybeard's Tavern?
It is not.
Is it the beer golem?
The beer golem. Nope, that's in your turf war, man.
I want it. I want that bar more than anything.
So you enter and they kind of, you catch a few eyeballs checking you out.
Sup, bitches?
All right. And someone.
That's trademarked. You can't say that.
Someone is like, if it isn't the MOC, come on over, have a drink.
Most certainly. Just strut forward, immediately okay with everything that's going on here. I know bars.
All right. You sit down. He's a human. He's pretty much got that like almost shaved head, like buzzed, and then he's got big hand-sized eyeball in the back of his head tattooed on. But the stubble's coming through it, so it looks a little weird. He needs to shave his head. And his name's Zax, and he's like, if you guys are here, it means you got something juicy. What's going on?
Well, we happened to have discovered that an organization that your boss is currently aligned against, well, there seems to be a little bit of a foothold in our ward. So we were willing to, as a sign of good faith, as fellow members of the Southern Ward, provide you with that information in return for coins or services. We can always
Well-
use more muscle on occasion.
Hey.
I take offense to that.
Big flexing.
Well, I don't know what to offer you till I know what I'm getting, but you can't give it to me without me offering. It's a good faith kind of thing. So I'm going to say tentatively, yeah, we'll make a bargain. You tell me what you got, and, you know.
Okay, on 3. No, he doesn't do that. We have a belief that the horny devil hasn't been making nearly as much money over these last month or so. Looks like they're possibly in a situation for a new owner to come in, or at least somebody to put more financial strain on them. It seems like more of a you guys kind of thing. You're much larger organization than ours. You'd possibly have the ability to, well, dedicate time and man hours to fill up a brothel.
Got any specifics?
Oh, yes. Yes, we do. I didn't bring them with me, if that's
Right.
what you're asking.
And he looks across the room and he kind of he whispers something. If anyone is skilled in perception, they have it as a skill, you may attempt to roll.
Yes.
16 plus 5 is 21.
9.
15.
All three of you hear him say, give me a bag with 50 coin. He just literally, says it way too loud. Maybe he's had one too many.
Beige whisper.
Yes, exactly. And so he comes back in a minute, and he's got loot bag, and he slides it across the table towards Tel Rav.
Wipes it. Begins counting.
Okay, like at the edge of the table, kind of counting.
Yeah,
Okay,
under the table.
not on the table, but under.
Not on the table, under the table. Everything under the table.
That's
I
right.
am casing the joint, by the way. Just keeping. I'm kind of like sitting in the back, like keeping an eye out.
You realize that this would be an ugly fight.
Yeah.
If it came to it. This is like I said, a biker bar.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Florida version of Graybeards, I guess, would be.
Is anyone paying particular attention to us, or like sketchy figures?
Yeah, there's non-eyeball individuals, 2 or 3 of them who keep like looking your way. So an individual in a yellow cloak, well, yellowish cloak, a tall half orc, which says something, so he's probably over 7.5 feet tall, and probably a human in just brown clothes and a scraggly, big scraggly beard. Those three keep kind of paying extra attention.
Okay. I'm going to lean over to 3 strings and just tick-tock.
Yes. The night is still young for us, so good faith. May your songs continue to play, gentlemen.
Always a good time seeing you guys.
And I'll
Good
just
luck out there.
bow graciously, continuously as I exit this bar.
And Zach's when so there's 3 of you that are perception, and who was it rolled over 20? Okay, Bullseye, you notice that as you get up and stuff, Zach's this guy is like checking out the your rifle. I can't remember what you called it.
The messenger.
The messenger. Yeah, he's like he's got like a gleam in his eye, like
I can't mean mug someone in their own bar. That's not gonna lead to good things. So I'm just gonna keep that in the back of my mind.
all right. You exit the tavern here, and where do you go? What do you do?
All right, well, we gave them the information. We just got paid. It's still dark out.
Mm-hmm.
Party time?
Oh, okay, the last time you said party time, I had to get you out of jail. It was a bad time, but we managed to do it. So if we're going to party time again, discretion. Key. So,
Oh,
Murder time.
not so loud. It's a party.
that's what party means. Yes.
Murder time.
Party time, yes.
Party time.
So, who would we like to have a party with this evening? Gregors, Road Boys, the Bullets, or...
Telrev snaps his fingers. So, looking around the rumor mill, there's a new group that currently moved into Waterdeep. Hear that they're looking for young blood.
Here comes a new challenger.
Yes.
You want to show him a good time?
They're looking for blood.
Young blood.
Well,
New blood.
young, new, sometimes the same thing.
Gross.
I could pressure them into
We
just
could.
giving up.
Are they? Oh, sorry. They're a powerful new faction.
And what exactly would this new faction be?
DM?
You don't know. That's why it's a rumor yet.
Oh, don't know. Just a rumor I've heard going around.
Would I be able to get more information on that? Because I don't know, let me double check because I have a contact. Where can I find this? I'm just gonna go here. Someone have the criminal spy background.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. What is your contact's name?
I don't know.
My mind's
Poison.
poison.
Poison. Yeah.
What?
Poison.
Poison?
Oh, I thought it was poison with a P.
No, poison, like boysenberry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
that's it. It's a nickname.
Mhm.
They always smell like boysenberries.
Okay. Yeah, you know that Boysen often hangs out at the Full Cup Tavern.
I got a boy I could talk to.
Is he in?
Yes.
Okay.
We just gotta head over to the full cup.
Edgar, give me a D6.
Okay. I have to get used to this character's name. I'm like, what? Oh,
That's
One.
me. A 1? Okay. Uh, as you guys are going along, you run smack into a crew of the number threes. Oh, all right. The bullets come by. Basically they got the old the land shark kind of thing going on, and they see you guys, and they're giving you the stink eye. What do you do?
Bite your thumb at us, sir.
Let's
Bullseye mean mugs them with her hand on her pistol.
all right, and they scoff, like, what would he say? Something like, yeah, your little magic toy.
I can
Edgar
show you a real bullet if you want.
Edgar fades into the shadows.
Nice. Give me a stealth roll.
14.
Yeah, you vanish. None of them see you. And you give me a real bullet. Aren't you cute? Your magic noisemaker fires real men. Is that what you're telling me?
You want to find out?
Yeah, I do. Roll initiatives.
Oh, I see. We're not even going to go to the sewers with this one. Oh.
Nope.
Don't you dare.
12. No, yep, 12.
You got the drop on him. You drawing a gun, or you just gonna?
I'm drawing my gun. I have to shoot bullets at the bullets. How's that?
Right.
Not. Wait 1 second. I'm drawing my pistol.
All
And I get 2 shots. They're all critical.
Yep.
So I get to add an extra damage die if they're critical.
Yep.
I literally rolled 2 18s, not even lying.
Yes.
Plus
2
Okay.
18s?
18.
Because she has 2
Oh,
attacks.
to hit. No, they're not. We don't
Oh,
to hit with double dice, just damage.
Oh
Yeah.
god. I
Oh,
got
you
so
still hit.
You still have 2 attacks. Yeah, you're good.
So yeah, so
I
you
have
hit
two
with both
attacks.
of them.
This is such a waste of good rolling. I like immediately rolled just out of like fucking
Now, did we decide we decided we would do minion rules rather than everything's a critical, right?
Yes, I believe
Okay.
so.
So just roll your normal damage.
one is full damage at 14 and the other one is 4 plus 3, that's 7.
Okay.
So I'm taking like the person that talked out. I'm trying to shoot them.
Okay. And you did how much altogether?
That is so that's 14 plus 7.
Okay. 21.
So 21
Yeah.
points of damage.
You're like pop pop, and he just dies. You just blow him away. He flies through the air and it just is dead. The rest of them are all like, all ready to go. So
She's like, let's see what's faster, a bullet or the bullets.
or the bullets. All right, let's go ahead and get some initiatives rolled.
I'm so sad I rolled 2 18s for nothing. It was just like, oh, D20s.
All right.
well.
Dirty 20.
Oh, snap.
24. Because I got a nat
Can't let
20.
me have anything, can you?
I got a nat 20.
LB, you got to play in a game with me. You always beat me. Tell Rev.
You got a 12, I believe.
12. And Bullseye.
Do I do the original initiative that I took or another one?
Up to you.
Yeah, I'll take that new one at 16.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna roll them all at once. Oh Jesus, they suck.
So
Okay.
we're not doing critical damage then?
No, we are not. But minions are one hit, so I mean this will be pretty quick because none of these guys seem like anybody other than maybe the guy you just blew away. So 3 strings, you're up first.
All right, I'm going to cast Crown of Madness on one of the minions.
Okay. There's 8 of them, so
Yeah.
a little outnumbered, but
I switch over to my mandolin, and the claws on my hand extend out, and I just start plucking away at it. And as I do, there are like these purplish musical notes that come out of the mandolin, wrap around the head of one of these gang members. And it just the musical notes turn into a crown of iron that kind of sinks into his skull a little bit. Or at least if he fails, but he has disadvantage on a wisdom save from me, or he becomes hostile to people I tell him to be hostile to.
Okay, disadvantage. I rolled a 1 and a 20.
Excellent.
All right,
Yes.
yeah.
So I'm going to have him start attacking and say, defend me!
All right. And he grabs at the crown and he's like, yeah, you guys, why'd you put this on my head? And he like tries to headbutt one of his pals.
Oh, what terrible old friends you had. We are way better. You should join us.
All right. When he gets to them, he'll give that a shot. Edgar.
Edgar is going to pop her crossbow out and start wailing on these duders.
All right.
So yeah, she will. I am hidden.
Mm-hmm.
Hidden is a roll at advantage, correct?
Correct. And then you're gonna add your sneak attack and something else for assassin if that's
22.
Oh, you hit.
Okay. I only get 1 attack at this level, right?
Rogues only really keep 1 attack. They don't end up getting multi.
Yeah, because the
dagger, bro.
He cheated. That's all there is to it.
Okay. So from the shadows on a rooftop, we're gonna say,
okay.
Edgar pops out, and you see a little beam of light on her crossbow bolt form as she gets ready to fire it, just for a second, and then it pops out, and she says, "Justice reigns from above," and then hides.
And damage.
Not great. That was a 13.
But
I thought they were minions, so we just don't have to.
They
roll.
only have 1 HP.
Yeah. So one goes down. His dagger clanking to the ground. Any bonus action movement?
I hid.
Oh, you hit again?
Yeah, 13. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I gotta roll these dice, not just drop them. 3, they're all like, oh, where'd that come from? The shadow. All right. No. Bullseye, you're up.
I'm up. How many dudettes are left?
There's down 2 already, and 1 is grabbing at his head. Oh, his head and screaming, what have you done? What have you done? Kind of thing.
So just the one?
No, there's 8 of them.
There's 8 of them, so there's
5 more.
Okay. Roll this time for it to hit.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
6 plus 9 is 15, and 16 plus 9 is 26.
Okay. You're shooting 2 different peeps or just 1?
Peeps.
All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Oh, you hit. So
Yeah.
if you want to roll damage just for like whoa effect and story, go for it.
Well, one of them again was max damage, so that's 14, and then the other one is 11 points of damage.
All right. So, what does it look like when your pistol? I mean, is it like a 6-shooter monster kind of thing, or what?
I'm using the pistol,
Mm-hmm.
so I believe it has 4.
Mm.
So it just has the 4 bullets. So she kind of uses it. It's very like old Western movie, like
Yeah.
takes it out, like twirls it, and then puts it back in
And pop,
to her
pop.
holster. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and one of them goes the old Western style. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Exactly.
Feels
There's
so
that
bad.
little in the background.
All right, and the rest of them are just they begin to run.
Yeah.
They're fleeing down an alleyway. Are you going to pursue or shoot them from here, or
I
let
can
them go?
shoot with my pistol up to 240 feet, but I believe that is with disadvantage. Or I could
Good.
shoot the messenger and go up to 200 feet or 800 feet with disadvantage. But that's only one. I'd have to reload it for an action.
That's totally up to you. You tell me. Let's start at the top. 3 strings.
Well, they're running away. There's a lot of dead men here, and the code legal says, well, you know, murdering a citizen with justification is exile up to 5 years or hard labor for up to 3. I could do well in prison. I could not do well in a hard labor camp. That sounds bad. Don't want it. So I am going to leave. I'm just going to walk away.
Is there guards coming? Are there guards coming? Because there was a lot of gunfire.
It was
Oh, yeah.
gunfire.
Basically, yeah. There's like what 4 or 5 blasts of thunder just within seconds of each other. So
Getting out.
Who would like that?
Yeah, Telrav just like steps backwards into an alley.
Climb. Use my natural climb speed as a tabaxi and just up onto the roof.
okay, you get onto the roof, and what's your perception?
My perception
Passive.
That's you.
Gesundheit.
is a 4. So passive is 14.
All right, you climb up on the roof, and as you get over the edge, you're like startled because Edgar's sitting there.
Good heavens, don't stand so close to the edge. You might fall off. Help me up. Please. Thank you.
Like, just grab him with one of my feet and pull him up.
Okay, awesome.
I'm actually incredibly weak.
Bigger fish to fry.
Yes.
What do you do, Bullseye? I mean,
She's like putting up her cloak of elven kind. So anybody who tries to check perception her has disadvantage, and she's fucking booking it. When 3 strings and Telrav book it, she books it.
All right. Okay. So Telrav, you went down an alley. Bullseye, you're following Telrav then?
I would assume we have like a plan to like disperse and then meet up somewhere.
Okay.
If something like this happens, so that's what I would do. But you guys can confirm or deny that.
We can always meet up at the midnight sun.
Or if it's a big thing or if it's a small thing, it's like 3 streets over to the left, something like that. So you gather back up a few blocks away, and head back to the midnight sun.
All right. That'd probably be a good place for our break as well. So, I'd like to say thank you to everybody who's decided to stop by and enjoy with us this Evil campaign / one shot. I don't know why I always want to say campaign, but everything's a campaign if you really think about it. But we are going to try and be back in 5 to 10 minutes. So don't go no place unless it is to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, go to bit.ly/adventure merch, possibly pick yourself up something nice, or you can feel free to leave us a review or a comment on either our YouTube or our audiocast, and you can find all of those anywhere where you can find that sort of stuff under /indoor adventures. So we are going to try and be back shortly. Don't go no place. All right, everybody. Bye. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We timed it perfectly with the end of the song, which means nothing for you audiocast people. But where we last left off, we roughed up some boulets, some bullet hooligans, and are skedaddling away back to the Midnight Sun because we did a few murders today, provoked kind of murders. Most still murders.
Still murders. And a lot of gunshots. So, let me ask Satan. How many gunslingers do you think are in the city?
Maybe like a handful.
One.
I would say depends because I feel like the sailors would have muskets.
All right.
So it depends if there's a lot of sailors on board.
Well, and we know that guns have been in the city for quite some time. Actually, a few years now, ever since the Drow Elf invasion there during the Dragon Heist.
There could be there's a couple. Like, I'm not the only one. I'm just like a really good one.
All right. So, I think, what are you going to do? Three Strings. You're supposed to have a meeting, and are you taking the gang with you? Look at your rumor.
Oh, right. I was like, a meeting, but I already gave the person the information. So, there is someone who wants to speak with me. It's that crazy cat lady again. I really don't like being alone with her. You guys mind?
What does she want this time?
I don't know.
Last time it was head pats. Now it's like chasing mice for her.
Well, you want us to come take care of you?
I don't need taking care of. I live by myself and do adult tabaxi things.
And you're afraid of the crazy cat lady?
Yes. She's like a hag or something who lives in this city, but nobody wants to admit it. She's creepy. I don't
Curious.
trust her. So.
All right. You make your way to her domicile, which is basically it's like a row house, but like the windows are almost all gone and they're kind of half boarded up, but there seems to be ways for cats to get in and out in any type of weather. And there's a door that, again, looks like it had been nailed shut and, like, condemned city of Waterdeep sort of deal. But you can tell that the door opens with the boards is still attached if you were to open the door. You get there, you've been there before. You see this row house before you. What do you do?
I go up to the door, bring out my claws, and just meow. This is so degrading.
Bullseye is just like laughing. Like,
Okay. All right. You hear, I'm coming. 1 second. I'll be right there. Don't stay right there.
you want some kibble? Three strings.
You hear a couple meow and cats being shuffled out of the way, and oh, dearie, not there. And the door opens, and it is our dear friend JD Lady.
Yay, JD!
And she's got on a big sweater, like 4 sizes too big. And she's like, "Oh, 3 strings, come in," and kind of like pulls you in. Again, there's probably 10 or more cats that you can see right away,
Smells.
and
Absolutely horrible.
one of them comes like a smaller, not quite a kitten, but a much younger cat comes clawing towards Edgar's feet, like, "I'm gonna get the bird," and it's ready to pounce. Do you let the cat pounce on you, Edgar?
Sure don't. I'm going to lean down to the thing and kind of whisper in its ear, "Death walks among you."
Give me an intimidation check on this young cat.
A natural 20.
Oh, all right. It hisses and turns sideways, and the 10 or more cats that were in the hallway just vanish. They just go in different directions and are gone. It was if Edgar cast a anti-cat magic shell or something. And the kittens or the cats are all gone and away. But 3 strings, you've already been pulled into a sitting room at the end of the hall. The place itself is really nice, but it does smell like cats, but not.
Lots of things do where I come from, or at least that's what the Tabaxi tell me.
Yeah, but it's not a. It's not. It's weird because it smells like cat, but it's more like cats live here, not
Yes.
make their stink here. It's more like they mark things than they pee on them.
Yes.
So strangely enough, they all take it outside.
Blessed
And
creatures.
As you're welcomed into the sitting room, there is a fire going, and the remaining cats in the room scamper away when they see Edgar. You had quite the effect, and your anti-cat shield is still up. Obviously, your feathers are ruffled. And she's like, we'll sit, and we'll have some tea. And can I talk in front of all your friends?
Yes, they're fine.
Okay. And she comes back minutes later. As you guys are sitting here, there's books, there's plenty of balls of yarn there. There's probably a dozen knitting projects in various stages and forms of completion. And do you do anything while she's making tea?
And I'll turn around to my companions and I'll say, look, this is more than just me wanting you all to watch me suffer. There is actually a reason why I felt like it would be important for all of you to be here. Dearest JD has informed me that kobolds from the Undercity have started to go missing in larger and more than expected numbers. I mean, they're like dogs. They're almost like dogs anyways, running around the sewers. Every once in a while, a few go missing, but this is a little different. I just didn't want... I'm going to be quite honest, I wanted to be a little lazy about this. Just have her explain it to all of you rather than me come out here, hear it, and then relay that information back to you at a different point in time.
Edgar is going to just stare at you and go, "Amazing!"
She's got it.
And she comes back in with tea, and she starts, handing out the mugs, and then she stops and looks at Edgar, looks at the little tea mug, looks at your beak, looks at the mug, gives you a soup spoon, and puts it in your tea, and hands it to you.
I take it, stir it, take the spoon out, tap it twice, and then just
Okay.
put it in my mouth. And like it's just a big saucepan. Like you just put it in your mouth, like open it wide enough and dip it. Like, come on.
She doesn't know that though.
I know.
But now she does.
Now she knows.
How? Oh, because no lips. How do you drink? All right. And there's like little almost like biscotti kind of like cookies there. They're a little sweeter than hardtack, but about the same gnawing consistency. And she sits down and she starts knitting, and she says, well, you know what I was telling you about before?
Yes.
The kobolds. Well, I don't know if it's connected, but the other day I was seeing through one of my little friend's eyes, like I do, and there were shadows moving among the rooftops. Do you remember the night of the big storm?
Yes.
Yeah, that night, one of my little friends had gone, fuzzy friends had gone missing, and so I began to search for them by looking through their senses and eyes, and the poor thing was trapped on under an eave, and shivering and cold, and a veritable army of shadows ran past her.
And you think that these shadows are what are taking the kobolds?
I don't know if it's connected, but I know that that storm was pretty brutal.
Do you know where the shadows start? Do they originate at a specific place?
Oh, my little friend was trapped, and basically near the harbor is what as what she says, a long way from here, but I mean close enough that it concerns me. Shadows on the roofs?
Could have just been people moving very quickly. Edgar does it all the time.
Yeah, they had weird feet, but not like Edgar's.
That's a very strange detail.
What kind of feet did they have? I mean, we can't show them, but maybe you could describe them.
Is that okay?
Is
that okay?
Let's figure it out.
It's okay for me. What?
Is there a line here? The foot. They were 2 feet together.
Gross. Were they
They're-
like cloven hooves, cat paws?
No, they were like, not like cats, kind of a little more like rabbits, but skinnier.
Like a rat?
Exactly like a rat. They could have been rats' feet.
During the storm last week, a black ship appeared in the harbor at midnight. And when I went aboard it, there was nothing but a big old rats were aboard.
That's a really oddly specific phrase.
And then it disappeared.
Wait, no, hold up. Who did you hear this from?
You're fucking drunk.
I had 1 drink while we were out. I am not drunk.
Edgar just shakes. It's just all right.
Stupidity is not a right.
It's a privilege? I don't know. Rats on the rooftop. Click, click, click.
All right.
Yeah, I think they. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, they did kind of, but you know, big, and, and points at your talons, Edgar.
How rude.
So,
I'm sorry.
would I know possibly of a way that rats' feet could get that big?
How rats could get that big. Probably not just the feet.
Um,
It's just the regular rat body, but giant ass feet.
I guess give me a yeah. Uh, give me a nature check.
Okay.
If you're not trained in it, then
I have jack of all trades. I'm kind of
Okay.
trained in everything.
All right. Yeah, go ahead. Then you can just make a normal roll.
That is a 15.
Yeah, you have heard of were rats.
That's what I was
before.
afraid of. A natural enemy to the tabaxi.
And do you say that out loud?
Yes.
Oh.
Were rats. Natural enemy of the tabaxi.
Oh my.
Really?
Every sewer in every city. I thought Waterdeep was better than that. That's why we have kobolds.
Why, we had kobolds, apparently, but they've all gone missing because of these blighted were-rats.
Maybe that is why they are missing. Will you guys stay for a sandwich?
We really must be going. We have to take care of this were-rat problem. I shan't sleep until it's taken care of.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. And she stands up.
As always, it was a pleasure, JD. And I'll give her a little smooch on the cheek.
All right, and she ruffles between your ears. And as she's leading you to the door, she's like, "Oh, wait!" And she goes, and you hear her open a box. You hear the creak of the lid, and she comes back, and she has a scarf, a big, long, probably 8-foot scarf. She
You a scarf.
and she wraps it multiple times around you, and it's still got a couple feet, almost like a Doctor Who type scarf.
It's the Tom Baker.
What? Yeah, the Tom Baker. What colors is it?
It is probably the same green color as his eyes, and also like that lighter brown to kind of match his fur.
Okay. And then after she gets done with that, she kind of gets close, and she says, "And well, if they're goddamn rare were rats, you'll need these." And she hands you like four silver daggers and a handful of silvered throwing stars.
Thank you. I will return these if I don't lose them.
Well, you'll be doing us all a favor. I can't imagine any of those filthy creatures eating my little buddies. She looks back at the cats are just now starting as Edgar's walking out. They're like flooding back into the house and taking up all the comfy spots that cats will indeed lounge upon. And you leave.
That was great.
What's your relation with her?
Look, let's not talk about it right now. Regardless,
Let's talk about it.
well,
We all want to talk about it. I think majority rules, right?
I think that right now the majority should be more focused on these were-rats and how we can utilize them to the best of our ability. They seem to use the rooftops. They seem to be very quick. If they're going through the sewers, that means that they already know the layout. We don't have to kill them. We can recruit them.
You want to recruit were-rats, the natural enemy of the tabaxi.
Oh, look, we say a lot of things. How can I have a natural enemy if they're an unnatural creature? That doesn't make sense. It would have to be a direct correlation. No. No, I just don't like them. They're rats. They deserve to be small, tiny, edible.
Spare me the commentary.
Tarav looks up indignantly.
I guess tiny is the right size category I was looking for. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Tel. You're fine. You're meant for big things.
Recruit were-rats.
It ends
don't
with you
think
guys
they're that
murdering
smart.
each other in the street. Okay. As you guys are going along, Bullseye, you hear a message spell ring in your ear, and it's do you pronounce it Alesh?
Alish.
Alesh? Says, is there a chance you could come by?
Of course. Yes. Yes, of course. Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay. And there's no more response or anything, just you responded. You're making your way there, and LB, why don't you give me another one of those D6 rolls?
I am shortening this scarf currently. Definitely, like...
2? Okay. And how are you shortening it? Like...
Yep. I got my claws. I'm just gonna kind of like fray out the edges until it is at a proper length. I'll fix it later.
All
Now
right.
you can make mittens.
How dare you? Fingerless gloves.
Try
Which the
coming.
scarf probably matches. Like, I probably already have a pair of fingerless gloves that the scarf now matches.
Probably.
Kitten mittens. I would totally I would totally give you advantage on stealth checks if you had kitten mittens.
Okay. I'll do it. No, I'm evil. I won't take the easy way. I'll do
All right.
evil because it's hard.
All right. Oh, all right. So you approach. I gotta look at the. I can't remember the name of the place. Grow something. It's down here. Barandar's World of Words. Okay. Do these guys know that you know Alesh?
I mean, she doesn't like. She goes by often, so anybody who perceives or watches, it's possible. But she's been like sneaky, if possible.
All right, let's do an opposed roll in the group. You do a stealth. They can all do perception. See what they know about you and the bookshop owner.
It's 14.
Okay.
A 10.
All right. Relatively clueless and uncaring, the tabaxi.
Sorry, what role is it?
Perception.
2.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. All right. Edgar, you're the only one that knows that Bullseye frequents this shop, and it
Not
isn't
for her love of books.
and it isn't to pick up new books. Have you ever said anything to anyone?
Maybe if she was like really, really drunk, but.
I meant Edgar.
Oh,
Question: if Edgar has spied on you in this place before, have you said anything that would be compromising?
probably not.
No, I love you, dears, or anything like that.
No, because Bullseye doesn't know that Alesh reciprocates the crush. She's like, let's get.
It was very nice to have Satan have that that new player, you know, like us just a year ago when we'd make a new character, it'd be like, blah, here's backstory and here's all of this, you know.
Yeah.
And so it was funny to see that today. So
Good.
hence,
Even though Alice is actually the one that gave her the cloak of Elvenkind.
okay. So now we know.
Alice is a half elf. They are a half elf.
Okay. So when you get there, the shop is actually closed, but upon seeing you coming, Alesh opens the door and it's like, oh, please come in.
Edgar is going to elbow Tel Rev and say, "Ooh la la."
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and describe Alesh, Bullseye?
Alesh is about 5'10". They are a half elf. They're non-binary, and they have deep dark brown skin with braids on their hair, and little like metal cuffs adorning it. And they have like very simple kind of loose robes with maybe like a belt around to like kind of cinch it in. And the way I could describe it is like a warm cup of tea on a cold winter night. They're very calm and happy and nice. They're cautious. They're not dumb, but they're very relaxing.
And but the calm and relaxing is a little disheveled this evening. Not visibly, but a little off. And they say, "Well, I told, hi." Have they ever met any of these guys? Maybe.
Bullseye never brought them over, so
Okay. Tell Rav, have you ever come to the bookshop?
you're muted.
If it's in the area, then maybe just to actually pick up some like light reading.
Okay. All right. And they seem more flustered than normal than you've ever seen them, actually, I guess would be the best way. And says, how can I speak? Hi, nice to meet you. And
This is Alish. This is my group friends. Yes.
Co-workers.
coworkers.
3 strings. Telrav, Edgar. This is Alesh. They own the bookshop. They're a friend of mine.
Well, nice meeting all of you. I would rather have met you in a nicer time, a better situation. But
Is everything okay?
Yes, what seems to be the problem?
well, you know what I do when I'm not selling books. They say to Bullseye, and
I do.
and the other night, some things went missing, and I I I don't. I'm afraid.
Did anybody come in and steal from you?
That's the thing. They were just gone, and there was no signs that they had. I mean, robbed me.
I have a question for you, and it's going to sound ridiculous, but I guarantee you it will be entirely serious.
Okay.
Have you had a rat problem over the last few days?
Huh. Rat problem.
Do you have any rat holes in your house, places where rats could get in?
Oh, no, I wouldn't have anything like that.
Alish keeps their bookshop immaculate.
Hey, you
Insight check, please.
Go ahead.
That's a natural 20.
Okay. Right. You can tell that under the surface they're pissed at the insinuation that they would let rats be here at all in any way, shape, or form. And I'm going to say with the nat 20, you could tell that they hate putting out rat poison or setting traps or trying to keep the rats out. It's offensive, and they don't like doing it. But you can tell that they do it for the books. So but that's what's going on. It's no devious motivations or whatnot.
Need a second opinion?
I Bullseye, I've never even shown you my sanctum.
Don't worry. I'm certified. I have all my credentials in place. I am a certified building instructor. It'll be beneficial.
Oh.
We would just need to look around and see if anything's out of the ordinary, and then we could help you.
All right. And okay. And they walk over to a bookcase, and they run their fingers along the edge where the two pieces of wood come together, and you see a bit of light appear, and in the seam, and then the bookcase slides aside. And there's a stair, a set of stone stairs, circular stone stairway. That's words. That leads down, and there's
Torches?
drift globe.
Drift globe.
I love me my drift globes. There, and as they start down the stairs, the drift globe just falls in behind. And some of you don't have night vision, right? Dark vision?
I think I do.
I do.
Do ghost-wise halflings?
I don't think so. No, they do not.
Best hurry.
Okay. All right. And Edgar doesn't.
Dum.
Okay. So, drift globe, and they take you down. Anyone who is either trained in investigation or perception may make a roll.
I have perception.
Both.
11. Perception.
19 plus 5, 24.
Natural 20 for investigation.
18 for investigation.
Okay. So you with the above 20 and the nat 20, you notice that on the stairs, so you can see that for a very long time it was two slippered feet and the back of a robe, like the triangle of the back of a robe coming off of one step and dropping onto the next one as they went down. Now you can see, like, on the corners, there was obviously where cloaks or coats brushed against the wall and cobwebs are strewn or swept away. And at the edges of the steps in some spots, there are scuffs and footprints. So someone has been here who is not Alesh. Just on the stairwell itself. Once you enter the sanctum, you see that there is a summoning circle of some sort, and there's bookshelves and a wine cellar, except you're not really sure if it's wine that are in those casks or not. They don't have any, labels or fleur-de-lis or vineyard markings or whatever.
If you don't ask, you don't know. If you don't know, you're not held accountable.
That's the rules.
Mm-hmm.
And we're
Um,
underground. We're fine.
We're underground. It's fine.
I give it a 3.
Okay. Um, and then they say, well, the the candles were missing from the summoning circle for starters, and then some very specific components, and chalk, and they they didn't take any of the incense, which is, valuable. They didn't take any of my potion making apparatus, which are hard to come by. Um,
Someone
so
was using you as a free shop for ingredients that they needed.
yes, I can't imagine something came through the circle. I really don't think that happened.
Well, something. Okay, the footprints on the staircase, were they leading down or just up
Uh,
or both?
you got a natty 20?
I did,
down
yeah.
down and up.
Down and up. Okay, so I will let her know. It's like, well, people were coming up and down your staircase that weren't you.
Ugh, how did they get past my arcane lock?
Another great wizard, so like you.
Oh dear, that's disconcerting. Um, so
What would you happen to know what these specific ingredients could create altogether or
they
summon?
they were they were all for a summoning circle.
Well, someone's summoning something.
Oh, I've got one more thing to check. And they kind of flit across the room, and you see this strangely iron-bound chest. It's got wrought iron that crosses over, so the whole thing it's probably some kind of metal, and it's got the wrought iron. uh it looks like thorn bush. It looks like interwound thorns all the way around it, and again,
Like
there
barbed
doesn't.
wire?
Yeah, but thick, like thick. It's decorative, and they're like, I mean, you think really a wizard came to my shop and and opened my arcane lock? They may have done this one too.
Oh,
Okay.
that looks lovely. That looks
And
really lovely.
and
Don't.
they take two of their fingers and run it along the edge, and the thin green or blue light appears, and they lift the lid, and there's nothing, and they just sit there with the lid open for an extended period.
Alesh,
Yes.
what was in that beautiful chest?
And they let go, and it and when they let go, it like comes apart, like the top part slides off, and kind of the lid falls behind, and they're like, it was some sky stone. You have to keep it in the lead lined box, or it has effects on people and things.
What kind of effects?
Um my
Like that.
familiar. um um oh no, that was probably the poor Owie kitty. Oh, bummage. um okay, so uh uh people will mutate or change. It's powerful stuff. I mean, it was entrusted to me because they didn't know who else to take it to when they found it. I got a dwarf and smith to make me the box.
Bullseye's just gonna look over to Three Strings like,
Is there anyone who would want to take it from you? Is there perhaps somebody who thinks that they could do a better job? I can relate, just like not out of this particular situation.
who knows that you had the Sky Stone?
And they begin to think, and before they can even get very far in the thoughts, they say, but no one would be dumb enough to take it out the box without.
You'd be surprised.
I mean, you take the whole box.
So, plot point.
Sure.
How do we use those? We can use those to have like flashbacks.
Yes.
And other things.
So you can use it as a flashback to be like, I had talked to this person earlier in the day, or I had set it up that a carriage would be waiting for us.
Oh, okay. Got it.
That kind of thing. Or you could say, I know someone who knows something about that. Or, hey, when I was in, Chult, I learned something about the Sky Stones or something like that.
Okay.
So.
Got it. Could I use a plot point to have like overheard something about this? Like not necessarily like who is going to do it, but in the like overhearing at the bar someone say like, oh, X gang is planning on doing something big. Like that kind of thing. Just kind of like it would have been generally hearing out all of the actions of other gangs, but like possibly could correlate to this event.
Sure. Yeah. So I guess you may have heard something about the Guild of the Great Gloves getting their hands upon a magic stone.
I see. I'm not going to reveal that now because that just seems like a poor opportunity while we're here and she's already freaking out. It will save no one any amount of time.
Okay. And then they pick up the dropped lid and they set it on, but they don't arcane lock it again. And they look to you like, I should we like tell the Blackstaff or something?
Violence is usually the answer.
We can help you with this. It's probably better that they don't know that you lost it.
Okay.
Okay.
That sounds all right.
Bookseller.
But yes.
If we return this for you, mayhaps we could strike a deal. We could offer you protection.
Okay. Beyond my arcane locks, obviously.
Of course, yes. Now, we would make sure that somebody was stationed at least close by, should you ever need anything.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
Yes. I believe there could be...
For a bit of coin.
It's part of the service fee.
Or maybe, in potions or salves or other wares.
They make great potions and magical items. They made my cloak, so they could. Yep.
This is true. Do you have a second bedroom in this establishment?
I have a room that used to be a bedroom.
Well, if you turned it back into a bedroom, we could have this person stationed here. So that way, if they ever hear the door open or actually have anyone attempt to break in again, first responder.
That sounds fine. I think I'm gonna start putting alarm spells up too.
That seems
That
like a
is
good
smart.
idea.
If you're going to go after the Skystone, you're gonna want the box.
I am not a strong man.
Oh,
I got it. And just pick it up.
okay.
I'd love to stay and chat, but I'm not going to.
And they they quirk their head at you a little
Edgar's
bit.
like
Nah.
getting bored,
Okay.
ready to go.
And then they say, and then if you want to pick it up, you want to use these. And there's a pair of mittens.
Are they
That's,
kitten mittens?
they're mittens. If a kitten wears them, that's up to the kitten. But
I'll take them.
they're protective. They're basically lead lined.
Okay.
Excellent.
Sophie.
You know, if it makes you feel better, I could be stationed here sometimes to help you out.
Oh,
Um,
no. We need you back at base. Take care of some things.
But
And,
you know, I don't mind using
Eh.
my time off.
and they start to blush and
Friend.
He's so handsome, she says in Bullseye's voice.
and now there's real blushing, like anime style.
Where did these
Hey,
Godspeed damn Sakura blossoms come from? It's the middle of the night.
Bullseye is gonna look down at Edgar and she's like, if you don't shut up, I'm gonna have roast at Kenku tonight.
Mess with the best and die like the rest. And she like deuces out.
It's just like little like feathers in the shape of fingers.
yeah.
Okay, so you now have the box, you have the mittens. Where do you go? What do you do?
All right.
Oh, we don't
For
know
the
that.
for the three of you, I realized as Bullseye, what did you say their name was?
Alesh.
While Al was talking, that it was the Grey Gloves who had done it. Honestly, they're known for burglary. It seems makes sense. And I heard that they had recently come into ownership of a magical stone.
Lovely. Do we know where they're based?
If not, I believe that we could easily find that out.
We have contacts we could reach out to.
Could always go see, communicate with either our god captain friend or possibly somebody else about this whole thing.
Poison.
Boysen.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you make your way to
Would the guard captain know?
maybe.
Maybe.
It's at this point a matter of if they would be up or not.
You know that Ryoga is the night, one of the night watchmen.
Yes.
So, hence,
It would be up.
Yes.
okay. So, I forget what tavern we said they would be at. So that's going to be the Red Gauntlet. So you get to the Red Gauntlet, and you see boys in there.
Are we looking for Poison or the captain?
That's up to you guys. Which way did you go? Did you go to the Red Gauntlet Tavern or to like the Night Watch Gate?
Get a meal and talk to someone about it. Yeah.
Okay.
Like
We
a
can
plan.
talk to Poison.
Okay. And Boysen's like, hey, what you got something good?
Poison, friend,
Yeah.
pal, buddy. How long have we known each other? We've known each other for a while, right?
Yeah. And then he shakes or does the thieves can't finger guns.
Finger
kind of
guns.
thing.
We need some information on the gray gloves.
Hoity bastards. Okay. What do you need? And then after he said it, what do you need? He looked around like, oh crap, I'm being too loud. I'm a loudmouth.
Edgar will start to sentry around and kind of make sure that everything's chill here.
Bullseye will stay with Telrab and Three Strings, but will still like kind of be looking out.
Okay. All right. He's like, yeah, sorry, I get excited. What kind of info are you looking for?
So we're looking to get up to a little mischief tonight. Looking for do you have any info on their main base? Base of
Ooh.
operation, any place that they operate out of?
And he has a couple. One of them's an art house. One of them's a restaurant. And what is the other one? Where is it here? It's not Aurora's.
The whole realms?
Yeah, Aurora's whole realms is in the Southern Ward.
Best shop.
Yes. Okay.
Amrani's Laundry.
Oh, it's Pelavor's Counter. Are places that they. Oh, there it is. Bellister's Hand. That's their main hangout.
Great glove. Bellister's Hand. Do you think it's that easy?
I would assume it would be the hand if it was imported goods.
I never put that together. That's funny.
Do they have a drop point? Or have they been using a drop point?
I mean, Bellister has a warehouse.
And where would that be?
Oh, and he tells you down Small Street plus the back alley to here and there, gives you directions.
Oh, it's on.
I agree.
Okay. Flick them 2 gold across the table.
And he snatches them and they're under the table in a heartbeat. And then after he takes the gold, then he does the thing and he looks around like, oh crap. And then he sees Edgar and Bullseye both doing sentry duty. And he goes, oh, okay. I feel better. I like dealing with you guys. Anytime.
Yes.
Well, you didn't deal with us tonight.
No, never. I never saw you. Have a good one.
Yeah. Let's go burn down a warehouse. I mean, what?
Arson is entirely frowned upon. Don't do
A
it.
lot of things we do are frowned upon.
Yes.
Honestly.
Let's go initiate some flammable deconstruction.
Edgar, if you would give me one of those D6 rolls. LB. D6.
I'm sorry.
I thought
For some reason, I thought you
So-
said.
Since Edgar can't talk
One.
much.
No, that's fine.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
spending my time looking up voice lines
Woohoo.
in situations.
All right. Oh crap! Really? Again? All right. Gotta switch sheets here real quick. You what's the anybody have a high passive perception?
14.
15.
All right.
9.
Anybody
19.
19
15.
pass-
Sorry.
I was gonna say, whoa,
I clicked it way too fast.
yar eagle eye Kenku. All right. All right. One of you had a 15.
15.
Yeah. All right. So whoever had the 15, you get the downy feathers at the back of your neck, or your tusks. Wait, are you half orc?
Half orc, yeah.
Yeah, your tusks feel
My
funny.
tusks tingle.
Yeah, and you have a feeling you're walking straight into an ambush. The boys keep walking.
Wait.
Ah, In Russia, game plays you.
What
the
does
hell
that
is
even
Russia?
mean? What's Australia? I don't understand. She keeps talking about these places.
People are waiting for us.
As they should be.
I mean, they're getting ready to ambush us. Three strings.
Well, we could always ambush them back.
How amusing.
And basically, the alley you were about to turn down, the two of you were like, "Nope, bad feeling about this."
If it's really that big of an issue, and I'll pull my lute out, or my mandolin, and just and I'll say, "Do you think it's people coming from in front of us?"
Don't point to the alleyway.
I'll strum my mandolin, and I'll use a charge from it to turn invisible.
Okay.
And then I'll climb up onto the roofs and peer down into the alleyway from above to see if I can see anybody like.
Yeah. So as you climb the roof, go ahead and give me a stealth for noise purposes.
Okie dokie. So boop, boop, boop. So with a stealth, sorry, I got a little bit of a tickle in my throat. With a stealth, that would be a 22.
All right. Yeah. So you get to the up on the roof, and the rooftops on both sides of the alley actually have bullet gang members with barrels waiting to like roll them off the roof onto you guys.
Well, would be an absolute shame if something happened to them, wouldn't it? I am going to... I'm going to whisper down to Edgar and say, "Come up. Come on up here."
Edgar's gonna turn to the rest and say, "Try and keep up," and she'll get up there.
Awesome. All right. When you get up and like basically like behind a chimney or wherever Three Strings is at, you too can now see the silhouetted forms of there's probably three guys up here. No, yeah, three or four guys up on this roof and three or four guys on the other roof, and they've set up this ambush with barrels that they're gonna let roll off the roof onto you guys. And
everything's getting all explodey.
they seem to be talking amongst themselves in hushed voices.
All right.
I pull out my crossbow. I don't miss.
I am going to pull out a dagger. And actually, I won't do the dagger yet. I'll still have the mandolin on. And I'll say, "On your mark."
Are they if they let go of the barrels, are they going to fall, or are they ready to push them and they're standing up?
The barrels are ready to roll. They're basically like, holding the rims of the barrel, and they've got like their feet tucked under the front of the barrel, and then they're holding it.
How many of them are there?
There's three and one extra guy on this side, and looks about the same combination on the other side.
So 4 on each side?
Yeah.
Can I see what the barrels are? Like, do they look like gunpowder or something like that, or what?
Yeah, give me a perception. What the heck?
It's a 19.
A 19? Yeah, you think they're probably like whale oil or something?
Does whale oil explode?
No, but it burns. Sticks and burns.
Solid. You see Edgar looks at herself, and then she looks over at Three Strings, And she says, or she just kind of puts up a finger and then grabs your cloak at the bottom and rips it.
I am invisible.
Oh, she just like touches you.
I'll hand you some of the scarf that JD
Oh,
had
yeah,
given me.
perfect. She'll wrap it around one of her arrows.
Okay.
Got a light.
Not that kind of bard.
I've got a light.
I'll like lean backwards down so that Telrev can.
I'll like push Talrev up because it's like
As you're pushing Telrev up, you get like here, and he just starts slowly levitating upwards.
You could have told me that earlier.
I like to be lifted.
I'm sure you.
I like to feel tall.
Why is the dog on the counter? He likes to feel tall.
All right, so poof. You have pyrotechnics or something, or prestidigitation.
Burning hands.
You cast off burning hands.
I'll get 2 arrows ready. That
Okay.
way and then I'll get up there and fire one.
Oh,
All right.
good.
And then fire the other one.
So as Telrev is like lining up, he just goes, "So, lovely night, huh?"
Okay. Oh, do you climb all the way up with them?
He
That's
could levitate.
Telrev?
I levitated up.
Oh, so you levitate up, and then she's holding out arrows like marshmallows on sticks, and you go blam, and okay, gotcha. Sure.
Yes, then I'd like to fire it at the barrel.
Nice. Go for it.
I was just gonna shoot my. Okay.
Let me have this, okay?
I have prestidigitation, then I'm not gonna. Blast.
That's a 17 to hit the barrel.
Oh yeah. Tung.
I'll do another one if I can, and that's a dirty 20.
How much damage?
You're muted.
She's
talking
yelling
to
at
I know.
cats.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Top.
They're deciding that playing is the best thing to do right now, right after surgery. So yeah. Okay, 12 plus 5 plus 6.
All right, plenty. It fires in, and a gout of flame starts pouring out, and the whale oil is pouring onto the roof on fire. And
Anyone
pouring
wants a
into the-
barbecue?
This was a poor choice, and then you see Telrev like just slowly levitate back downwards.
Okay, all right. And when that barrel starts, the person lets go of it, and it off the thing, slow mo, falls into the alley, boom, and fire, covering that part of the alleyway. Second shot.
That was a dirty 20.
Oh, another hit. And is it on the next barrel on this side or across the way?
I would go across the way, I think.
Okay.
So that is just 8 damage.
Enough.
Okay.
Poof. Same thing. It goes through and in, and fire starts pouring out and on the barrel, and the individual. Oops. Yeah, they let go. Same thing. Second barrel tumbles through the air. Boom.
If at
Fire.
first you don't succeed, blow it up again.
Yep. And then the barrels hit, and the other people are like, "What? Okay," and they let go of their barrels, and now the alleyway is really on fire, and the fourth person is like, "What?" Because now there's just firelight coming from inside the alleyway, and they're holding a torch and some like tinder sticks or whatever. Like, we were supposed to are they down there? And I guess they would have seen. Did you use your bonus action to then disappear again, Edgar?
I am going to do that if that is
All right. Yeah, give me a roll.
not great. It's an 11. I rolled a 2.
That is actually an 18 that you rolled.
Fallen.
Nice.
Then that is a 27.
All right. Then even with bonuses, there's no way. So they look around, and there's an invisible Tabaxi and even more invisible Kenku. Okay.
Can Bullseye climb up the other wall?
You can,
Stealthily?
but at this point, with the firelight, you can actually see them on the roofs.
Oh. Okay, then she's just gonna take out. I would assume I would have reloaded when it was off fighting. She's gonna take out her pistol again and just scream at them, "Let's party, boys!" and then just start shooting at them.
All right, take the shot.
So just for reference, Telrav is like disappearing into another alley because there is fire and now gunshots.
All of this is super illegal.
Yeah. She likes the party. A 16 and 18 plus 9, both of them.
Hits.
So that's 2 of them down.
So are you shooting barrel guys or torch guys? Because it'll make a difference.
Torch guys?
Okay, then roll me some damage.
Okay. What's my damage dice? Damage dice, where are you? I don't know where it is. I'll use this one. 7 plus 4. 7 plus 4 is 12. No, it's 11. And then plus 3 plus 4 is 7.
Okay. All right, 11 and 7.
7, 11.
Yep. All right. Yeah, they're both still wounded, but good.
Fuck.
All right. Get them, boys.
Did we roll initiative?
Yep.
7. Not high.
21.
13.
19. Turn around.
3 strings.
13.
What was it? Oh, okay. Telrav, you're first.
Telrav is just gonna lean against the side of a house and just like start picking underneath a nail with his thumb, keeping an eye out for like guards as the troop takes care of this.
Okay.
If he does spot guards, though, he's gonna drop a fog cloud on both himself and Bullseye so that they can just amscray.
Okay. All right. Edgar.
Edgar is going to peek out and shoot one of the guys off the roof. Probably the one with the torch.
Okay, they have both been shot at this point.
Sorry.
So they no, they're still alive though. The 2 torchbearers were not minions. So they took a bullet and are still fighting or still.
Wait, do I need to roll damage?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let me get my dice ready. All right. So I am hidden, so that's at advantage. So that's a +6, right? +6. Yeah, that's a dirty 20 on that. Okay. And that is going to be with my sneak attack. 16 damage.
All right. Yeah, that's enough. Down he goes, and his unlit torch.
Yeah.
As he tumbles off into the flaming alleyway, his torch rolls down the roof, bumps into the gutter, and falls in after him.
So as she does that, her cloak starts giving, as she's in combat. I forgot to mention this before. Her cloak starts giving off a black sort of shadow mist, and she's going to move closer to the others. Basically, she's going to start. She's trying to get closer and like hide, and then she's gonna start slitting throats and stuff. So she is going to hide.
Sweet.
That's cocked. Ooh, that's a natural 1. I trip.
Yeah, you failed no matter what. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, it's +9, but
Right. And they.
but no, it's a 1.
Okay. So yeah, the shadows. Obviously, something happens.
Betrayed me.
Yeah. Yeah. They do not cloak your movements as they should.
Yeah.
Then it's them. And there's one. None of them are down. One of them is down. Okay. They interact and draw their crossbows. And who can they see?
Invisible.
Yep, and hidden. Gunfighter. Yep. Bullseye.
They can see me.
Yeah, because you just fumbled. Okay. All right, so 3 and 3. 16 hits you, Bullseye.
Yeah, that's my AC.
All right, and one more. And that's only a 15, so only one of them. All right, 7 points of damage and a Constitution saving throw, please, if you would be so kind.
Saving throw. Yeah, it's 18.
Oh, okay. You can tell there's something on these bolts, but what it is, you do not know.
She just looks up and is like, cute.
Aw, so cute. 13 hits you, Edgar?
Does not.
Okay, but I assume a 21 does.
Of course not. Why?
Yeah.
Barely.
All right. Yeah, barely. I
level 5.
I need to make that tradition continue here. You know,
Genuine questions.
later on, I'm gonna call gnomes halflings and halflings gnomes.
That one hasn't happened in a while.
No, it hasn't. But
I landed right in the cup. Good ricochet.
Nice.
Go ahead.
And 15 does not hit or hits.
15 hits.
All right. For 4 points of damage and Constitution saving throw.
Okay. I don't have anything special with Constitution. 17.
You make it. You shrug off said poison. Okay.
Didn't I get hit twice?
Yes, you did.
21 and 15.
Yep. 9 points of bolt damage and.
All right. I'll uncanny dodge that.
Nice.
Do I need to make another Constitution save?
Yeah.
10.
Only 2 points of poison damage, but you do have the poisoned condition.
Ooh, okay.
Which I can't remember off the top of my head.
Poison creature has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. This is malarkey. This is all I need. I can't do shit now.
Welcome to Monday.
Sorry,
No.
go ahead. I mean, Edgar.
Hey, Gwen spent 3 episodes not able to attack at a normal thing, okay? Shut the fuck up.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm not. I see you mouthing, sir.
What?
All right.
No, I was actually mouthing something because I was looking something up.
Indoor was mouthing. No, I'm not.
I'm not sorry.
Okay. That was the bad guys. And now 3-string.
Okay. Well, looks like this is happening. So I am going to slink up to one, like, I could get up to the like, is there like a minion next to a torchbearer?
Yeah.
Okay, so to the torchbearer, I am going to break out of my invisibility, rapier in hand, just jutting out towards him.
Okay. Advantage.
Yes. Yeah! They were both 7s, so that's a total of 13 to hit.
Nope.
Well,
Not on the torchbearer.
well, he's a dick face, so I'm going to use my I'm going to use a dagger and then try and stab out at him as a bonus
Right.
action. Yeah. How does a 19 do for you?
Hits.
All right, sweet. So I'm going to use a bardic inspiration to use my totally College of Lore ability called Psychic Blades. And I can deal 3d6 psychic damage to this fool when I stab him.
Oh, wow. All right.
Yep, totally College of Lore here. So that is going to be for 16 points of damage.
Okay. Yeah, death, mayhem. How do you kill this guy?
So I'll stab out with my rapier, and my ears are flat against the back of my head. My scarf's kind of billowing in the wind, and he's so off put by it that I miss with the rapier, but it gives me time to just let the venom of my words exit, leave my mouth, and I'll just say, Waterdeep is a nice city. Didn't you know that the punishment for arson is death? And I'll stab him. And then after the stab, I'll bring the dagger down, but with such force that his body kind of tumbles into the fire below. I'm gonna turn around to the minion and just wild cat look in my eye, like my eyes are full hunter mode. Just look at him, tail starts swishing, and he can just hear purring.
Go ahead and give me an intimidation.
If the flame is glistening off his eyes, does that count as advantage?
No, only because he's a cat person, and so the human is like, oh yeah, they flee, they run from the rooftop.
If I was nearish them,
sure,
yeah,
attack of opportunity.
All right, so that is a 22 to hit with my rapier.
Yeah, you hit. Minion, death, mayhem. He turns to flee from your purring countenance, and you scrape him through the spine, and he lumps like a doll, and falls off the opposite side.
Yes. No one's committing crimes tonight.
No one at all. Telrev? No, bullseye.
How many are left?
There are still 3 on the far roof.
Okay, well, I'm gonna take a shot at 2 of them.
Okay.
And I'm assuming a 20 and a 21 hit.
Yes.
Do you need me to roll damage?
No, minions. Plop, plop.
Plop, plop.
Slide. Okay.
And yeah, I have no comeback line that I can think about right now, so I'm just gonna let it happen.
Gotta say that superhero shit.
Right.
Back to you, Telrev.
There's only 1 minion left.
Yep.
He just pulls out, from his belt, he pulls out a sling, loads a steel ball bearing, and he goes, "Fuck's sake, we don't have time for this," and just chucks it.
Okay.
18, so total 22.
Yeah. He goes over backwards the other side.
So let's get out of here before the guards come, he says as he's tying his belt. We've got a stone to steal.
And you have heard people shouting fire, fire, fire. So, cut, wipe, swipe scene outside of the warehouse. It looks like the door is open, like ajar a little bit.
Bling! Going invisible again.
Edgar will hold up a wing and like tuck the hood up a little bit and just, I'm going in.
Have fun storm the castle.
Oh, you did in a precursory search. The bullet guys did have antitoxins.
Nice.
Sweet.
So
Awesome.
I am no longer.
you are no longer poisoned. And if it was more than a one shot, I would say yes. Each one of them who did not fall in the fire had an antitoxin. So somebody write those down. But one shotty goodness.
Cool. I'm gonna go in, sneak ahead, and see what I can see.
All right.
I should say that I do have the crossbow of light warning, so I can't be surprised.
Perfect. Yes.
It warns me of danger.
Yes. Give me a stealth check, and that will determine whether your crossbow thinks you're in danger or not.
I was
25.
I was going to be accompanying. Just again, Mandolin invisible. Follow along.
Okay. All right. You still need to give me a stealth check for noise and whatnot.
24.
All right. Okay. The two of you slip in through the doorway, and the scene before you is you kind of have to like think for a minute about what you're actually seeing, and the Guild of the Gray Glove members have been disemboweled and laid in a circle, and their innards have been pulled and woven together to form a circle. What you assume is the sky stone, it's this bizarre green stone with like black highlights, and it seems to glow. And you see probably a dozen rat men standing around, one of which actually has horns coming out of his head, like ram's horns, and he's got a cloak up like around the horns as best he can, and he seems to be saying something in some squeaky language. You see the candles from the from Alesha's, they're stuffed into the mouths of the humans that are forming the circle, and that's the scene before you.
Edgar is going to reach a hand out because she has no idea where 3 strings is.
Okay.
I'll find the hand.
Okay. And she'll like pull up and say, "Ready to give up?"
Never.
Don't be daft.
Can I peek into?
Sure. Give me a stealth check.
Oh, it fell. Let me try another one. That's a natural 20 plus
Nice.
7.
Meow.
Oh man.
All
right. You walk into the middle of it, and you're peeking, and you probably know about where your friends are, but with what they rolled, I really think you would have a hard time perceptioning them. But yeah, now you see the grimdark vision before you.
Can I possibly take out the messenger,
Mm-hmm.
line it up on the little slit of the door, and aim it at the rat person who's chanting?
Oh yeah. With that kind of a stealth roll, you can definitely get a bead on him.
Okay, and I am going to shoot. Because this doesn't look like it's...
Yeah, and with her 27 to stealth, and the two of you that are in the building don't see her doing this, but tell Rav, you see her pull out the messenger and start to poke her head through the door.
I cross my arms. I peek in to see what's going on.
All right, go ahead, give me stealth.
That's 14 plus 7, so
Okay, all right.
27.
And the image of the Kenku reaching out and grabbing, trying to grab the cat person and pulling the cat person in, and then this half orc bringing up this cannon, and then this halfling looking around the half orc. It's just bam, a scene to be beheld. Please fire the shot that's going to be heard around the world.
After the shot goes off, you hear the Kenku say, "I'd like to say it was nice working with you, but it wasn't."
As Bullseye's lining up the shot, Telrav is just like walking next to her, walks a little bit past her. Sleep. At 3rd level.
All right.
I
Okay.
have this.
Go for it.
I rolled a 51, so
Okay.
start with the lowest hit dice and work up from there.
But they're
Yeah.
all ones, because minions.
It's because minions.
Except the big guy.
Yeah. So, yeah, the dozen of them go down, and the horned figure does not.
Hey, fucko.
I'm gonna shoot my shot.
Right. Hey, fucko. And he looks up, and his eyes are the same glowing color as the stone when he looks at you. And shoot.
That is a 19. 10
Okay.
plus 9. Don't tell me that doesn't it.
Well, it's a 19. He's got a 15 armor class. Reactions. Boom! The hand cannon goes off, and he waves a paw, and it bounces off his shield.
Fucker.
Oh,
Bell.
reaction's the reaction.
Okay. Sure.
Counter spell.
All right. Go for it. Oh, it's under 3rd level, so it just waves away.
Like
So
him doing a hand wave and just getting pegged in the chest.
exactly. He goes, haha, reaction. And you go, reaction. You get double fingers, and the shield vanishes. The 19 hits, roll some damage.
Ooh, that's good. Okay, so it's one of them is 15 and the other one is 14. 14 and 15. So
So
29 points of
What?
damage.
29. Shell rocks him, but he's still standing.
Initiative.
No, we already have. We'll just run.
I can shoot another shot because I have 2 actions, but unless it's grabbing my other gun, this is a 2-handed, so I wouldn't
It's
be
an
able
action.
to.
Yeah, you'd have to. There's no crazy stowing and pulling because you're a gunslinger or anything like the one I KB
Mhm.
is, right?
Yeah, 'cause-
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So. Yeah, Edgar, you're up.
Edgar just says, "Ooh, shiny," and is gonna. How far away is the rock?
Don't touch it.
15, 20 feet.
Don't touch it. Would Edgar know not to touch it?
Well, she gave us. They gave us specific gloves to
Oh,
like.
right.
Yeah.
And we brought the box with us.
Yeah, I do
Okay.
have the box. You can like plug it, like kind of like kick it into the box.
Edgar is going to. Edgar's gonna run out, take aim with her crossbow, and fire it at the stone to like move it, and then she's gonna, as she's doing that, she's gonna slide into one of the the candles to
Okay.
hopefully break the spell.
Oh, okay. So like a taloned foot kicking the.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like a full slide in, risky business and my attack.
All right.
I'm gonna
So
roll it.
do you want the stone to shatter, or do you want the stone to go flying? Or you tell me what effect. You got a 20, so
Let me think about it while I roll all these dice. Because I want to roll it.
all right.
All right. 18 plus 28, 34, 37. 37 damage.
Rogues, man.
Yeah, right, bro. Okay. Is there anything around it, or is it just on a pedestal?
It's laying in the middle of the room
On
with
the
like guts strewn across the floor and then from body to body to it to form this bizarre bio pentagram summoning circle.
Could I ricochet it over to my friends
Sure.
as my cool thing?
Yeah. So basically, the bolt skips under it, shooting it into the air. 3 strings. Would you like to try to catch it with kitten mittens or box?
I have the radioactive gloves. Or the lead-proof gloves.
I got the box.
So I am definitely... Would this be a reaction?
Sure.
So yeah, I'll use my reaction to try and catch it.
Yeah.
As he's doing that, Edgar's going to look at the rat duder and just say, "That's how you get tinnitus," and then fail.
Okay. Yeah, we said you kicked over the candle. So you kicked out of the mouth of one of the dead gray glove guys. Yeah. You kicked the candle out.
And bail.
Okay. All right. What'd you get? 3 strings.
Oh, what am I rolling? Dex save?
Attack roll.
Oh, an attack roll to catch.
Just basically to catch it.
Okay.
Yeah.
19.
Perfect. Snatch.
Perfect.
You've got it, and as you catch it and you pull it close to you, you can feel like you can feel something on your fur, like your fur stands on end and stuff. So you put it back out at full reach.
Then I'm going to use my feline agility to move at double speed and just zip right over to Bullseye and say box, 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 box.
Okay. So Bullseye, you interact, grab the box. I guess that would leave us with Telrav to do something. So we will take like a second to take a drink.
Yes.
Guys, look at this cool mug I got at the Indoor Adventure.
Yeah, that's our Lumen 20s game.
Yeah,
we got Lilith, we got Beltane, the Harker sisters. It's a good time. They're all so cute.
Oh, they're so cute.
I love them. And all of the art was done by our very own Satan.
Yay!
Yeah.
That's my Satan. Today, Satan. Today.
Yes, today. Finally, someone said today.
As the so I ordered everything of the Goreblast Stompfoot Gym, and then I'm like, oh, fuck it. Yeah, I'll get the mug too.
That's right, you'll get the mug. Yeah.
I was surprised with how big it was, honestly. That it was like a large mug.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
God fucking damn it. You saw
That
the
is exactly
opportunity
what
and
she
you took
said.
it.
That's what the ladies always say about me and my big mug.
Tell Rev.
Let's go,
My turn?
guys.
Okay.
So
Bam. Edgar slid in. Wham. Perfect shot. Nat 20. Sprung the stone flying through the air. Three strings interacted with the kitten mittens, snatched the stone, pulled it in, and realized that he didn't want it near his face because it started to make his fur feel weird. And he used his feline agility, ran over, box. Bullseye interacted with the magic box, boom, and they've got it. Bad guy still there. Eyes stop glowing green. Now they're beady black. Rat eyes. Your turn. What do you do?
Telrav walks over, smiles slightly, and lifts his eye patch. And the other eye is basically like this pearlescent white. I'm going to restore a spell slot real quick.
Yeah.
But
Nice.
also, as he's doing that, he's going to cast Hold Person.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Is it
All
a
right.
person or is it like a monster?
A humanoid is what the requirement is for Hold Person, so
Oh, they did say like rat people.
it's a were-rat.
Where rat?
Okay.
DC 14.
Oh, got a 14.
No, that's a 1.
Ah, good job, diviner. Okay. Yep. Is stuck there. Beady little rat eyes, claws.
He's paralyzed until he can make the save.
So,
Well, that was fun.
I can cure it.
All right,
You
Edgar.
ran away.
I know, I'm in the shadows and I'm run
Yeah,
for
yeah.
the hills. That was Edgar asking, can I kill it or should we go?
Probably kill it.
Telrav draws his thumb across his throat.
I kind of
Take
picture
your
What, boss?
like everybody just pulling out whatever the fuck they had and just circling around this thing and just one-shotting it all at the same time. Like pistols, arrows,
gave me-
magic.
JD gave me 4 silver daggers, so yeah, everybody take one.
This is kind of ritualistic, don't you think?
What?
I mean, look at
You're
where we are.
evil. You're evil. Okay.
I could be evil, but I could also have morals.
Okay.
What?
All right. So you don't
What?
have to participate.
I
Edgar.
just think this is a nice.
It's a
Group.
team building exercise.
Yeah, for sure. Dagger to the face.
Yeah.
Do I have advantage because it's being
Oh,
So, also, this is treated as a critical hit.
Oh.
solid? I got 2 14s, so I assume a 20.
Ugh. Dagger to the face.
You'll be
So you're
fine.
rolling double your dice, LB, for damage.
Again. Oh shit. Okay.
So, how are you guys doing? Stab, stab, stab.
Yeah. No, I think this is a really good team building exercise.
This is
It's
good
gonna
work,
be one for the
Howdy.
books, you know.
34.
Oh. Knife comes out the backside of its head. But surprisingly, you totally expected the silver to burn it, like to sizzle on it and stuff, and it doesn't. It's just, it's like shooting a bunny. You know, it's flesh and blood. This is not a were creature.
Can I reload my messenger and shoot it point blank?
Yeah, no, it's dead. You guys,
Oh.
you guys have to
Okay.
brute it to pieces.
If we're
But-
out of combat, Edgar's gonna back out for a while. What she's gonna do is she's gonna go grab a barrel from the roof that wasn't dropped and
Yeah.
put it in the center of this room and like light it as we walk away.
All right. Okay. And because I know we're over time always with my adventures, I'm sorry. As the warehouse is burning, and the silhouettes of our evil players are walking away. We'll sort of voice over, and Waterdeep was saved by the most unlikely of heroes from an invasion of ratmen and their dark god. And with that, we show the heroes again their evil countenance and their feathered gang signs, as the warehouse burns behind them, and the metal music starts up in the background.
Some guitar solo.
Yep. Yep.
But it's
And,
actually just 3 strings on the mandolin.
yeah. Little bits of magic, little pyrotechnics from Telrav, and that's where we will close.
Excellent.
Ah.
Thank you, Graybeard.
Thank you, Jimmy.
That was
I
excellent.
love your adventures.
Thank you
I
so
love
much. No, that was awesome.
I know there was a lot of clue finding and not a lot of combat, but
That's fine.
sometimes you need those.
I am a bard. I am just in it for the story. Combat is, I mean, I like stabbing, don't get me wrong, but the story is the important part.
I just want to shoot. I got to shoot stuff. That's all I wanted. I'm good.
Yeah.
I was really glad that we did the minion rule. I really will. I'm gonna try one day. I'm gonna try the all hits or critical hits damage thing and see if it speeds D&D 5e up at all. So.
It
I mean,
probably will.
I got 2 critical hits and I did like 40 damage each, so like I'm sure it will.
Yes.
But
I'm
with
sure
that
it'll be
double the
fine.
critical.
All right.
No. Criticals are gone in that.
Okay, good.
So.
Nah,
Do like
man.
80
Double that
something
double.
If I got critical with Messenger, I would be rolling 5d12 for damage.
Yeah.
But anyway, thanks guys. That was amazing. I know we got to get going, particularly if we're going to do a very, very short
Yes.
maybe, Nights in the Courtyard.
Yeah, so,
So-
GB, where can we find you? What do you do?
I'm Graybeard or Graybeard's Tavern. Look me up on Twitter at Graybeard's Tavern. That's my schedule's there. And again, we're gonna try to save a little time, but come by. I love my props when I'm on shows or when I'm running shows. So see you then.
Excellent. RJ, where can we find you? What do you do?
Hey everybody, I'm RJ here on the channel. You can catch me at RJus282 on Twitter and Twitch, where I tweet about the dirty things in my life. You can also catch me on the Monday night game as Kalen the Shadowkai Cleric during our homebrew campaign, and also here on Tuesdays as Bartholomew the Human Ranger on our Christmas Strahd run by the lovely Danae Keener. You can also catch me over First Restarters channel on Sundays at 8 o'clock EST as I play G3, the robo with a plan to hopefully destroy some bombs.
Not a barista.
A bomb resta, maybe.
Soon. All right. Satan, where can we find you? What do you do?
Hi, I am Satan. You can find me at Ellis of Damp on Twitter and also on Mondays at Pro Restarter at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. I play a very mysterious UNT rogue, and she's really, really fun to play. Her name is Fang. Wednesdays, you can find me at Dammit Berry's channel playing with Graybeard and LB here. We're doing Ghost of Slartmarsh, where I play an adorable tiefling warlock named Cataclysmia. And then soon, we'll be back at Plot Hunters, my main show. It's going to be the same night as the charity event, but maybe you can watch both. July 27th, we'll be back. We're taking a break with Tomb of Annihilation, and I'll be playing my half-drow barbarian fighter, Alina. And yeah, that's my main channel. If you want to come support an all POC LGBTQ plus space, come watch us, follow us, subscribe, and yeah, do stuff. Also buy this mug because I made art for it.
All right. LB, where can we find you? What do you do?
I'm LB Hack 'em Up. I have a Twitter. Go there.
Yes. And I am the Indoor Adventurer. You probably already knew that if you made it this far, but if you did not, hey fella, what's up? It's me, your buddy, your pal. I'm a showrunner here at twitch.tv/Indoor Adventures, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where we have a homebrew campaign. We got Curse of Strahd, and then we also have our Ghost of Saltmarsh /Acquisitions Incorporated game on Thursdays, which has been super fun. We also have a community day on Saturdays starting at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you have dropped by the show and you are interested in possibly playing a game with any of these fine people, I would recommend joining our Discord or something. So that way you can be there when we post links asking people to play games. I know that this Saturday, our dear friend Lazy Bones has been itching to play and run games on the channel again. So look forward to that. Other than that, you can catch all of our shows as either VODs or audiocasts at youtube.com/indoor adventures, or if you go to anywhere where audio casts are available. Also check out Indoor Adventures. We also have a Patreon set up for our Patreon supported podcast called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community at large. So if you or somebody that you know has a question for us about our characters or our preferred playstyles, or you're just wondering, what Pokemons would you be if you could? Nights in the Courtyard is the perfect opportunity for that. So go to patreon.com/indoor adventures and support us there. Next week, we are going to be going back to our regular Curse of Strahd game, so you can look forward to seeing more Silmi, Kefris, and Speedy doing their same old danged thing. But until then, guys, thank you all so much for coming by and playing this awesome game. GB, thank you for running the game, and we will see all of you guys next time. All right, everybody. Bye-bye!